My back is in severe fucking pain right now. Somebody help me. Hi, my name is Cloud, and I don't know what to call this. Also, I have claws. I'm sorry if you can hear that in the microphone. I don't know if you can, but I apologize if you do. Plus, I love talking with my hands, so I apologize. I can't help myself. So, also, my voice is fucking dying. Great. Anyways, I have water. Nailed it. Anyways, what's the topic for this time? This attempt, anyways. Y'all are gonna get this video like maybe a week after I make this recording. Today, as of the recording of this video, it is Christmas Eve, right? It's late at night, actually. It's gonna be Christmas in a couple of hours. So yeah, it's the Christmas season, basically, right? It's the season of giving where you buy people shit and you give them shit, right? That's not exactly what the season is about. It's not what it historically is, but that's what it is. And since it's the Christmas season, what are people doing a lot of? They are buying, just swiping the credit card like fucking crazy, all right? The credit card is on fucking fire, all right? They're swiping it so damn much. Ugh, you know what I mean? Basically what I'm saying is people are buying a lot of things, right? People are buying a lot of things, right? It's Christmas. What else are you gonna fucking do? Make shit by hand? Nobody wants that. Fucking made my gift something by hand. Hey, they wanted it, okay? They loved it. If I didn't say the topic earlier, the topic is consumerism, alright? Oh, I think now is a pretty good time to talk about my thoughts on consumerism and buying and buying and buying and buying. Because it is kind of the season of giving where people are doing a whole lot of buying and buying and buying, right? Consumerism, they are consuming products and things and all that stuff, right? So I think it would be a perfect time for me to talk about the subject. So yeah, and I do kind of want to like touch a little bit on how consumerism affects cosplay specifically, because there have been plenty of people who have talked about consumerism, but obviously not a lot of people, at least I haven't seen anybody talk about like how consumerism is playing a part in cosplay as well, like specifically in the cosplay community and the cosplay culture. For any of y'all who were just born yesterday, what is consumerism? Well, in my words anyways, specifically the word consumerism usually ties to people who buy a lot of things, right? Like people buy out products, people buy out gadgets and gizmos from Temu, people buy out clothes from Shein. It usually boils down to just buying and buying and buying, like to a point that you're kind of like all you're really doing is just consuming shit. Not like in the food sense, but in the way that you're just buying stuff just like almost just to kind of buy it, right? Like if y'all want like physical example of consumerism, just straight up look at like haul videos on TikTok or Instagram reels of girls being like, today I ordered $100 worth of Shein clothes and I'm gonna try them on for you now, whatever, right? So, videos like that, those are usually very consumerist, right? Consumerism does like talking about like the clothes aspect of it. Consumerism like basically goes hand in hand with fast fashion, right? And then for the cosplay community, there are people who are consumerist in a way where they buy a shitload of costumes. I'm not turning my camera around, okay? You don't need to see that shit. When it comes to my own consumerism in cosplay, I did have a point in my life where I was just like, I just gotta buy a shit ton of cosplay and I gotta wear them all, and then I gotta make content after content after content, and I have to throw that content out there, even if it looks like shit. I gotta do quantity over quality, quantity over quality. I did have a point in my life where I was just buying a shit ton of cosplays, kind of just to buy them, to be honest. Like, there were definitely cosplays I bought where I was like, I do really want this, like I'm gonna get this because I really want it and stuff. But there were times where I was buying a cosplay simply because the character was trending, or simply because it was like more of an impulse buy, like you see the character and you're like, oh, I kind of want to cosplay that character, and then you buy it, but it was kind of like, in the moment kind of thing, and then you receive that cosplay in the mail and you're like, shit, I actually don't really want to cosplay this character at all. So, and then you're with a costume and you don't know what the fuck else to do with it except sell it on or Depop or eBay and shit, get a little bit of your money back. I've had times where I've definitely like impulse bought a cosplay and then like I just kind of like barely wore the character much at all. I would usually sell like I mean, I still kind of do this somewhat, but like less so. I would sell some of my own cosplays just so I could buy more cosplay, which if like some people may see that and be like, oh well, like you're getting rid of the cosplays you don't wear anymore to buy a cosplay that you want, right? Well, I kind of did it more in a way where it's like I want to sell this cosplay so I can get this cosplay and then I can buy more and more and more and shit, right? Like that's kind of what my brain was thinking. So, nowadays I kind of just sell cosplays that I don't use anymore that I think other people would enjoy a lot more and then use that extra money to buy a cosplay I do actually want. So, but younger me, about like 19 years old or whatever, I'm 22 now, would just be buying shit just to buy shit, right? Like my consumerist levels were off the fucking charts during pandemic time, right? Which it was for a lot of people. Like I don't like actually this is something I'm going to touch on right now. Something that a lot of people I think some people don't realize this is that the pandemic really like just like fucking consumerism. Just like they really just push consumerism like fucking crazy. Cause like when you're home all the time, right? Because you're not allowed to go outside because everybody's sick and you don't want to get sick because you don't want to get COVID. What else do you do when you're at home and you got unemployment check or SSI? You buy shit, basically. That's what you do. Like, because what else are you gonna do at home? Have a hobby? Do your job? You can. Some people can't work from home. Like not all jobs are feasible to work from home. So I'm sure there are plenty of people who are like, fuck, what else am I gonna do besides buy shit, right? Like I'm at home now. I got all this money to try out products I haven't tried out in that I've been wanting to try out for years. Let's buy it, and then you just do that more and then more and then more and more and more. I'm starting to sound like I smoke 6 packs a day. Jesus. I know how to drink out of straw. Okay, I know how to drink. I know. Oh fuck. Yeah. My back still hurts real bad. When you're in pandemic time, you buy shit, basically, right? Um, but like some people, I do feel like some people were definitely able to get out of that, like kind of hump in their life where they're like where they were just at home all the time and they had nothing else to do except like buy and consume products or even just like media like Netflix and stuff like that. But some people were definitely buying a lot of shit, right? Like like it's no fucking wonder that like businesses were booming like around COVID time, right? I'm sure they fucking miss it, right? I do feel like some people weren't really able to get out of that hump because now we're still seeing like TikTok hauls and stuff. So, oh, actually, something that I have been noticing people do a lot lately is where they do like kind of this basket thing, but for every fucking season. Like every single season, somebody's making like a boo basket, Thanksgiving baskets, Valentine baskets, blah blah blah, right? And then people would make videos about them and be like, doing a boo basket for my Pookie or whatever. And then they go to either like Dollar Tree or Walmart and then they just get a basket and then they just fill it with all these Halloween items like candies and plushies and blankets and stuff, right? But they do that for basically every single season, right? So every single season, people are getting like these like seasonal items and shit just to like have. I know by like default, cosplayers aren't usually the most like the best financial people ever. Like, a lot of us are fucking broke, okay? Costumes aren't cheap. So, but like I'm still able to like sit down and like tell myself, okay, I don't need this item. Like I could use the money for something else, right? I'm able to sit down and tell myself, like, if I don't need the item, then chances are I'm not going to get it, right? So if like the only time like the times where I do actually like buy stuff is usually if I either really, really, really want them or I need them, like necessity type shit, like food. food, for example, right? Me being able to control that urge and be like, okay, is this a want or is this a need? Do I really, really want it? Or do I only kind of want it? You know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't necessarily have that impulse control though, because there are too many people who are just buying shit just to buy shit, right? Where the fuck are y'all getting this disposable money at? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, hello? Spare change? It's like, it's kind of crazy to me, to be honest, because it's like, how do you get all this disposable money just to buy shit, right? Especially in this economy, like, hello? At least the American, I mean, it's fucking everywhere. I was about to say the American economy, but it's an everywhere economy. Anyways, not the point. I like, it baffles me how people are able to just buy shit all the time, because it's like, how do you have the money for all this? How do you have the disposable income to buy all of this junk that you don't need, right? Like, like just on the topic of cosplay, right? Like, sometimes I'll like go on like my Instagram or whatever, and I'll see somebody getting like a new cosplay every fucking week, and I'm like, how? You know, like, how do you have the money to just drop $100 on a costume every week? Like, maybe if you're being paid like, I don't know, fucking $50,000 per week, you know, but I don't, it just baffles me. Like, how are people able to afford it, for one, and two, how do you need that much? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even buy a cosplay every week. I buy a cosplay like maybe once a month. You know, I am starting to slow down nowadays. Nowadays, I'm buying cosplay like once every 2 months, and then the other months are usually to upgrade the cosplays I already have, you know, instead of buying more costumes, right? But I don't know. I don't know how people have the money for it. I don't know how people have the space for it too. Like, I hear people being like, "Oh yeah, like I have bins full of stuff," right? I'm 5 years deep into this hobby, and I just bought a bin for cosplays that I don't necessarily want to sell, but I'm not wearing too much at the moment, right? Like, it's just like, this crazy. Like, how do y'all have like bins and bins full of shit, and I'm here being like buying my first bin for my cosplay stuff that I don't wear that much anymore? It just baffles my mind. You know, it just like, it just goes to show that like the consumerist problem that's happening, especially in America, is super fucking bad. Like, I don't know if it's as bad as in like other countries, but here in America it's fucking awful. Like, it's awful. Like, I don't know how people are able to hoard all of this stuff and then still be able to afford to live, right? Like, I get it. Living in this economy is awful at the moment, right? Like, I get it. But I thought I don't we need the money to live, you know? Like, I thought we were all living paycheck to paycheck, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like trying to like shame anybody. I'm not trying to like victim blame anybody and be like, you know, oh, you don't actually like suffer, you don't do paycheck to paycheck, you get your nails done like every month or so, whatever, right? You're not living paycheck to paycheck. Why don't you use that nail money for food money, right? I totally get it, you know, like, you want to use part of that money to do stuff that is like very like just refreshing for your mind, right? Like, I I I don't know how anybody could live paycheck to paycheck, just not ever doing anything fun, never getting themselves something nice every once in a while, you know what I mean? Like on one hand, I'd be like, okay, are you living paycheck to paycheck, or are you saying that you are, but in reality you're just buying a whole lot of shit and stuff and you're just a huge consumerist? Or is it like genuinely just wants to like do something nice for themselves every once in a while, right? Plus, everything is situational, right? When it comes to somebody treating themselves every once in a while, even if they do live paycheck to paycheck, it's very situational. Like, some people, like I've seen videos of people getting dogged on and stuff because they'll sit there and be like, you know, I'm really struggling to pay bills and stuff, but they'll have their nails done and they'll have the lashes done and have highlights in their hair and all that, right? And then people will go in the comment section and be like, well, maybe you shouldn't get your lashes done and maybe you shouldn't get your nails done and blah blah blah. But I don't think a lot of these people realize that like, some of the stuff you can do at home, right? Like, I literally have an acrylic nail kit. uh Like the tools themselves I bought off of AliExpress. I kid you not. It was so cheap for me to just buy all that stuff though and be able to do my own nails at home. Like I haven't done it in a minute because like I don't feel the need to, and it's a pain in the ass. Plus, I fucking suck at doing nails. But it was something I did at home for a minute, right? And it was like a whole lot better than going into the salon and paying $60 for nails once every month when I could do it myself. And granted, they're not great and they pop off every once in a while, but I'm paying a whole lot less and stuff, right? So, so yeah, everything is just very situational. You don't know everybody's situation. Some people, like some people get their lashes done by getting them done at home by buying a kit from like Walmart or whatever for like $10 and then doing it themselves at home. Maybe those nails are not actually acrylics. Maybe they're false nails that they were given by a friend, or maybe they got them off Goodwill. Fuck all, like everybody's situation is different. And, so it's not exactly fair to like judge other people for like things that they have, because unless they like say something about it, you don't know somebody's situation. So when somebody goes online to complain about how it is so hard to live paycheck to paycheck, I don't think we should be dogging on them for, like having nails and hair and just looking well groomed and shit, basically. Like, and I sound like I just described a dog, but honestly, I don't know how else to word that and stuff. Really, like, if you ask me, I do think that, like, the consumerist ideas still exist now, especially in this current age, because when people are going out and buying a lot of things, then companies who are selling those things are usually doing really good. So, even if like people really wanted to do something about the consumers problem, I guarantee you companies don't want to do shit about it, because if people are going out and buying stuff every weekend or whatever, and they're just buying like boo baskets from Walmart or Christmas baskets from fucking Dollar Tree or Dollar General, whatever, like companies aren't going to do anything about that and stuff, right? They're going to, in fact, they want you to buy shit. They want you to buy more shit, right? So really, I don't think this problem is going to solve itself anytime soon. Like, it can be very difficult to get out of though, because like you're at a point in your time where it's just like, I just really want these things, and I just really want these things, and I want these things, and I want these things. Plus, some people do it for a living too. Like some people make a living off of going on to TikTok and being like, hey guys, I'm trying out my Shein haul, or hey guys, I bought these stuff off of Temu, use my gift card in my bio and check out my profile, blah blah blah. Some people do make a living off of that too. So there is that side of it too, where people are buying shit so they can record it for online and internet views and clout, and then also earn money off of those views and such like that, right? Like there is that aspect to it as well. So, you know, um, but unless something like really drastically changed, people are probably not going to stop consuming shit, right? People are probably not going to stop buying shit just to buy shit. I mean, that's going to happen for as long as time ever exists, but it is definitely worse now than I think it's ever been, as far as I'm aware, anyways. And how exactly, like, I know I did kind of like touch on the topic of like cosplay and consumerism just a little bit ago, but I do want to touch on it a little more. When it comes to like cosplay specifically, though, people do buy a lot of outfits, or they even just buy clothes of characters that are trending at the moment because, it's trending. So you do see a lot of people who buy cosplays and stuff of characters that are trending at the moment, but then you probably never see that character again, or you see it until the character is somehow popular again, but usually that doesn't always happen. That's usually for people who are very much like trend hopper wise, like they just hop on every trend possible instead of just doing whatever they want to do and stuff, right? Like that exists in almost every community though. You know what I mean? It is pretty prevalent in the cosplay community though, because a lot of people buy costumes, maybe not a lot. There are people out there who buy costumes simply because the character is trending, or simply because it's an impulse buy and stuff like that. And and then people are also buying a lot of like, costumes to wear like one time even, right? Like they'll buy it for like conventions and then be like, oh, well, I don't want to wear it anymore. And then it either sits in a bin, like in a garage somewhere, or it ends up getting sold and stuff on like eBay or whatever, right? And like, to touch on it a little bit, there's nothing wrong with like selling cosplays you don't want to wear anymore, but it does kind of become a problem when you're buying a costume just to wear it one time and then sell it online, right? Like, I do think there is a slight problem with that, because what you're doing is you're just buying an outfit and wearing it once and then never wearing it ever again, which is like, in a way, that's kind of fast fashiony. It's kind of like people who like buy like a t-shirt or whatever, but then like in a year later they're like, oh, this t-shirt's not trending anymore, it was part of like last year's spring collection, it's not part of this collection, I gotta get new clothes, I can't wear this anymore, even though the shirt works just fine and it's a great shirt, right? But they're gonna buy a new one because it's not in season and it's not trendy at the moment to wear. So, and then they usually end up donating it. That's usually what happens. So, but when it comes to like cosplay, it is usually like sold online and stuff so other people can buy it, and then those people could probably wear it once or whatever, or somebody really wanted the character and genuinely just wants to have it and stuff, right? I do think there is a bit of an issue when it comes to buying a character just to wear it once, right? Because you're wearing that costume one time, right? Like, it's just bad, like, I see it as bad anyways. Like, when I go to like search for a costume to buy online, I I like, every single time I'm about to like buy any cosplay, every time I think to put a character in my cosplans, I usually ask myself, am I going to wear this character more than once, right? Am I going to buy this costume and wear it repeatedly? How many times am I going to wear it? Am I going to wear it just 2 times, or am I going to wear it 20,000 times, right? Um, and usually, if the answer is I'm gonna wear this like 20 bajillion times, then it's usually the easiest checkout of my life, right? So, like, probably one character that was like the easiest checkout out of my life was like fucking Chi-Chi from Genshin. I've worn that costume several fucking times, all right? That's like kind of my advice for people who are struggling to quit like consuming cosplays and stuff. When Genshin like kind of first came out, people were buying like Venti cosplays and stuff, and everybody was cosplaying Venti. Like, every single time I was on TikTok, there was at least one other person who was cosplaying Venti. Everybody was cosplaying Venti except me. I just never got around to it, to be honest. So you would see like everybody and their grandma cosplaying Venti, right? Um, Nowadays you almost never see a Venti cosplayer, right? Like, maybe you see that rare person who like is still hyper fixated on Venti and cosplays Venti, or just has the costume and just would like to keep it or whatever. They do whatever they want with their costume, right? But you very like, it is really rare to see a Venti cosplayer now. So, for people who probably went on to Doki Doki back when Genshin first came out and Venti was popping off and shit, right? People probably hit check out on that SR Venti costume, or SSR. I think there's an SSR. There might just be an SR. I can't remember. Anyways, doesn't matter. People are buying that costume, right? And then wearing it one time because Venti is trending and shit, right? And then after that one time, it's now being sold fucking everywhere, right? Like, I don't see it as much anymore because Venti hasn't been popular in ages, but like, I did have a point in my life where like every time I was searching for a Genshin cosplay on a secondhand shop, it was usually quite a few Ventis. There's usually a few Ventis, and that's just in my experience. Maybe other people had different experience, but it's what I saw. Nowadays I hardly see. I don't think I've ever seen a Venti cosplay in fucking 2 years, probably. My guess is 2 years. I don't think I've seen a Venti cosplayer in 2 fucking years. Like, I know I can't tell people what to do. I can't tell people like, just quit buying shit, like, you're only gonna wear the character once, don't buy it and stuff, right? But it still makes me sad. It is slightly wasteful for somebody to buy a costume just to wear it one time and then never again and have it sit in a bin. It is better that you like sell it and stuff, but it is far worse to have it sit in a bin in a garage somewhere, right? Probably never going to wear that costume ever again, right? Consumerism consumes a lot of people. It is really easy to get lost into buying product after product after product and then trying out those products and then seeing if you like it or not, right? It's really easy to get deep into that rabbit hole, but damn, is it really hard to get out of. It is really hard to get out of. For people who are genuinely struggling with it and just really want to stop, it can be really hard, and I do understand it, you know. So, you know, hopefully having the mindset of being like, okay, do I only kind of want this, or do I really, really want this? Hopefully a mindset like that helps, you know, because it helped me, you know, it really helped me in deciding whether I really wanted to cosplay certain characters or not. Something else that helps, that some people can do, if you have like cosplay mutuals and shit who like share the same clothing size, there is also the option of going up to your mutual and being like, hey, you had this character of a cosplay that I actually kind of want to cosplay, but I don't really want to buy my own. Would it be okay if I borrowed it? You know, or maybe the reason could also just be that you don't want to wear it a whole bunch of times. You just want to wear it one time, just cosplay the character once, and then that's it, you know? Like I have plenty of characters that I really want to wear, but I only want to do it like one time. Like I want to cosplay Venti, you know, but like one time. I only want to do it once. Like that's it. You know, like just give me the costume, give me the violin thingy, whatever the fuck you call it, and then do my cute poses, and that's fucking it, you know. Hu Tao is another one actually. I kind of want to, like, it's probably gonna all be Genshin, I'm sorry, but like Hu Tao is another character I want to cosplay, but I don't want to buy the costume. I highly doubt I'm gonna wear it more than once. Honestly, I would like to just cosplay her though, but like straight up just one time. So like, you know, there's like a whole bunch of Genshin characters I actually really want to cosplay, but like just a single fucking time. So, you know. Yeah, fucking, I don't know if you could tell, but Genshin is my hyperfixation. In conclusion, stop buying so much shit. So, honestly, the best way I could say it. You know, like, let's all work on, like, quit buying a whole bunch of stuff, you know? Like, it's better for the environment, alright? And frankly, the environment has been through fucking enough. So, yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, you can, like it and you can also subscribe for more content. If you have something to say, you can also comment it down below. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions. So, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, bye for now. Bye bye.